What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny. We are back with another This Week in Destiny, giving you the heads up on everything that you can expect for the up and coming week. So if you want to find out more about the up and coming hotfix and buffs to Solar 3.0, the return of Trials of Osiris, all the weekly rituals, seasonal challenges, and what Tess has available for Bright Dust this week, then be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. Just over 60% of the viewers on the channel aren't currently subscribed, so be sure to hit that red button and ring that bell to make sure you don't miss an update. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Now first things first, a massive shout out to Numbskull Designs. They sent me this incredible Savathun statue. It's absolutely massive. The detail on this statue is absolutely incredible too. The teeth, the eyes, the attention to detail, and you even get an Acolyte soldier as well. Now Numbskull Designs make some amazing Destiny 2 statues, this being probably the best one I've ever seen, and you can check it out over at Numbskull Designs. I'll leave the link to their website down in the video description below, so be sure to check them out. They make some absolutely awesome Destiny collectibles and memorabilia. Now jumping back into This Week in Destiny, this week sees the launch of hotfix 4.1.0.2, and with that we see some buffs coming to Solar 3.0. These are primarily for the Warlock and Titan, and this is to help address some of the feedback Bungie received shortly after launching the 3.0 subclasses. So for you Solar Warlocks, there's some changes for heat rises. So by consuming your grenade, this now releases a burst of cure ×2 around you, healing yourself and your allies. And by consuming your healing grenade, this also increases the strength of the burst to cure ×3, and consuming a touch of flame healing grenade also provides restoration as an added benefit. Now as for Icarus Dash, while airborne, rapidly defeating targets with your super or any weapon will cure you. Now as for Celestial Fire, each Celestial Fire projectile now applies 10 Scorched stacks, and this is increased to 15 stacks with Ember of Ashes. Now as for you Solar Titans, there's some changes to the Burling Maul, and this has been buffed by 25% in PvE. As for Roaring Flames, while this is active, your uncharged melee attack will now deal solar damage, and this applies 30 Scorched stacks to each target that you hit. This is increased to 40 stacks with the Ember of Ashes aspect equipped. And as for Consecration, this fragment slot has been increased from 1 to 2, and they've also raised the height of the secondary attack's ground wave by 25%, and this is to help catch more players who jump too late. That's a list of some of the small changes, but Bungie is always listening to all the feedback, especially around the 3.0 subclasses, so be sure to let me know what you think of those changes and any other changes you'd like to see down in the comments below. Now as well as those buffs to Solar 3.0, on the 10th of June we see the return of Trials of Osiris. With that we get a brand new armor set to chase, one for each class, as well as a brand new fusion rifle called Burden of Guilt, and a new sidearm called Forgiveness. Now these pieces of armor and weapons look absolutely awesome, and there's even some incredible cosmetics that you can earn as part of the Trials event. We have a brand new ghost called the Horus Exotic Ghost Shell, and that's alongside this brand new exotic ship called Hushed Syrinx. But it doesn't all end there, we also have a brand new exotic sparrow called Falcon's Chase. Now these cosmetics look absolutely incredible, and the armor sets look entirely unique. Are these enough to get you to jump back into Trials? Be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. Now from here we're going to jump over into the Vow of the Disciple. Now the challenge for the up and coming week can be found over in the Rulk encounter. This one's called Looping Catalyst, and to complete this challenge you cannot lose the leeching buff before the damage phase during the course of the fight. For most experienced raid teams, this is the normal strategy for doing the Rulk encounter. Out of all the raid challenges in the Vow of the Disciple, this is arguably the easier one. And if you and your fire team can nail it, you'll get access to an additional raid chest and also an adept raid weapon. Now as for the featured raid for the up and coming week, which will provide a pinnacle reward from the final boss, This is the Deepstone Crypt. Now the Deepstone Crypt is one of the best raids when it comes to teaching new people the raid experience, and it also has some pretty incredible weapons that you can chase as part of this awesome activity. So whether you're chasing down weapons or additional pinnacle loot, then make sure to jump into the Deepstone Crypt to get your hands on them. As for the featured dungeon for the up and coming week, this is over in the Prophecy. Now the Prophecy is one of the most popular dungeons currently in Destiny 2. It has some sweet armor and also once again some incredible weapons weapons to chase. And further still, much like the Deepstone Crypt, this week is also offering an additional pinnacle reward. Now from here we're going to move over into Dares of Eternity and its 30th anniversary pack activity. Now for the up and coming week we have some new weapons and armor to chase. Now for the armor sets we have the Gentium Knight suit set, which is the original armor set from IO back in Destiny 2 Vanilla, and that's alongside the Karios Function suit set. This is the old armor set for Mercury back in Curse of Osiris. So if you're filling out your transmog collection and are missing any armor pieces from those sets, these have a chance to drop during the course of the activity or upon activity completion. But if you're chasing down weapons and not armor, there's a massive list of weapons available this week, all from Season of Arrivals and Season of the Worthy. These include the Nature of Beasts hand cannon, the Fallen Guillotine sword, the False Promises, the Temptations hook, the Cold Denial pulse rifle, the Whispering slab, the Hollowed Words fusion rifle, the Serent Seraph carbine, the Officer revolver, my personal favourite in the CQC-12 shotgun, the Serent Seraph sidearm, and also the VY7 submachine gun. That's on top of the Serent Seraph sword machine gun and also the Truth Teller grenade launcher. There are loads of weapons to chase, and some of these are still some of the best weapons available in their archetypes. So if you're missing out on any of them or don't have god rolls on them, then be sure to jump into Dares to get your hands on them. Now as for weekly challenges, we have a new weekly mission over in Savathun's Throne World, and this is called The Cunning. Now this is the mission where we need to follow the lead from Finch and search the dark corners of Savathun's Throne World for another clue on how she stole the light. Now these weekly missions offer a pinnacle reward if you're still on the power grind, and if you run this on the hero, legend or master difficulty, it also has a chance to drop Ascendant alloy. So whether it's power level that you're chasing or end game upgrade materials to craft some of your favourite weapons, make sure to jump into the weekly mission to get that challenge done. Now moving on to the weekly rituals, and we have a new Nightfall for the up and coming week, and this can be found over in the Warden of Nothing. It's the only strike that remains from the Tangled Shore, and could this week be the week we finally get our hands on the Horror's Least pulse rifle? Last week saw the DFA return to the game. Could this be our chance to get our hands on this incredible Dreaming City pulse, or will we have to wait a few additional weeks? Be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. Now moving over to the Crucible, and we have Team Scorch return as a Crucible rotator. So if you find yourself burnt out on Rift after Iron Banner this week, then Team Scorch returns, and with that some relevant seasonal challenges. We'll cover those shortly here in the video, but if you're looking to get those challenges done or earn your easy pinnacle reward for Crucible this week, then be sure to jump into Team Scorch to get your hands on it. And as for the bonus ranks this week, this can be found over in the Vanguard playlist. So if you're going to be grinding the Warden of Nothing, whether that be for whichever Nightfall weapons available or even the ritual weapon that's available this season in the Chain of Command, then this week will be the perfect week to get it done to take advantage of those bonus Vanguard ranks. Now next up we're going to move on to seasonal challenges, and for week 3 we have 10 seasonal challenges available. One of these is called the Sorrows Bound 3, and here you need to complete the Bound of Sorrow 3 and defeat Scorn with precision final blows. That's alongside Nightmare Containment 2, and here you need to successfully complete tiers of the Nightmare Containment public event on the Derelict Leviathan throughout the course of Season 17. Next up we have Binding 1, so throughout the season you need to bind nightmares by completing tier 3 of the Nightmare Containment and open opulent chests on the Derelict Leviathan. That's alongside Loadout 2, so over on the Derelict Leviathan you need to defeat combatants with shotguns, fusion rifle final blows and defeat powerful nightmares. Next we have Throne World activities, so over in the Throne World you need to complete bounties and earn progress by completing patrols, public events and looting lost sectors. Next we have Power Broker, and here you need to reach the power level of 1560 by earning powerful rewards and prime engrams. Next we have Long Range Calibration, and here you need to calibrate long ranged weapons such as pulse rifles, bows and trace rifles over in the Throne World, and you're granted bonus progress during lost sectors. Next we have Primeval Entourage, and here you need to defeat Taken in Gambit and you earn bonus progress for defeating tougher combatants. The penultimate challenge this week is called Scorched Earth, and here you need to defeat Guardians in Team Scorched, and charge detonations in midair or on surfaces will earn bonus progress. And the final challenge this week is called Ultimate Champion, and here you need to defeat champions in any Nightfall strike on hero difficulty or higher, and bonus progress will be granted for higher difficulty tiers. Now, with all the weekly rituals and challenges out the way, it's time for one of the most important parts of the week, and that's what Tess has available for Bright Dust in week 3 of Season of the Haunted. Now, over in the featured Bright Dust shelf, we have the Needle exotic ship. This formed part of a cosmetic set back in Season of the Risen, so if you missed out on it, this will set you back 2,000 Bright Dust this week. That's alongside the Endless Appetite, an exotic weapon ornament for the Parasite grenade launcher. This was launched alongside the Witch Queen and will set you back 1,250 Bright Dust this week. Next we have the Siva Emergence, a legendary transmat effect from Season of the Worthy, so if you missed out on it and are collecting, this will set you back 450 Bright Dust this week. Next up we have Tide Smoke, a brand new shader for Season 17, so if you're looking for a dark shader and like the look of my Warlock here with the seasonal armor set, then you can pick it up this week for 300 Bright Dust. Now over in the main Bright Dust store we have an exotic emote called Rising Dawn, and this is from Season of the Chosen, so if you missed out on it back then, this will set you back 3,250 Bright Dust this week. That's alongside Happy Stars, which is a rare emote that was introduced with Season of the Haunted. This was available for 200 silver, but could be picked up this week for 400 Bright Dust. That's alongside the Metropolis exotic Ghost Shell. Now this is also back from Season of the Chosen, so if you missed out on it, this will set you back 2,850 Bright Dust this week. Next up we have Warton Peregrine, a new sparrow for Season 17. Now as things currently stand, you can purchase this for 800 silver, but you can also pick it up this week for 2,500 Bright Dust. That's alongside Broken Bird to be Healed, a legendary weapon ornament for the Ostringer hand cannon. These are gradually returning to Destiny 2 via Eververse, so if you missed out on it, or have only just picked up Ostringer if you're new to the game, this will set you back 700 Bright Dust this week. Next up we have the Ghost Projection called the Cover of the Exile, so if you're collecting these Trials themed Ghost Projections, this will set you back 1,500 Bright Dust this week. And the final items on offer are Universal Armor Ornaments, and these are for the gauntlets for the seasonal armor set for Season of the Haunted. So if you like the look of the seasonal armor set but don't want to spend silver on it, then each armor piece will set you back 1,200 Bright Dust. This week is offering the gauntlets, so be sure to pick it up if you're looking to collect the entire set. So there we have it guys, another episode of This Week in Destiny. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.